Hello Zenith women and welcome to the channel. She doesn't move with the crowd, she moves the crowd by standing still. While the world chases noise, she masters the art of silence, strength, and self-reliance. Sigma females are the unsolvable riddles of society. They move in silence, make decisions that defy explanation, and live by rules no one else seems to understand. They're the chess players in a world obsessed with checkers, operating 10 steps ahead while the rest of us are stuck wondering why they do what they do. Here's a fact. Studies show that only a small fraction of people naturally exhibit Sigma personality traits, making them one of the rarest and most misunderstood archetypes. It's not because they're hiding, it's because they don't feel the need to explain themselves. Imagine someone who can vanish from your life mid-conversation and reappear 6 months later with a bestseller, or someone who's the life of the party, but will ghost you before the after-party starts. Confused? Good. That's exactly how they like it. Welcome to the world of Sigma females, where the ordinary gets left behind and the extraordinary is just the beginning. Buckle up. It's about to get intriguing and maybe a little infuriating. Number 1. They prioritize energy over time. Sigma females operate on an entirely different metric, energy. While most people obsess over time management, packing their days with endless to-do lists and rigid schedules, Sigma females view time as secondary to their vitality. They understand that time without energy is meaningless. What's the point of checking boxes if you're too drained to enjoy the results? For them, productivity isn't about how much they can cram into a day. It's about how much value they can extract from their efforts without compromising their mental or emotional well-being. This mindset often puzzles others. They might walk away from a seemingly productive routine or quit a high-pressure job, not because they can't handle the workload, but because it's not worth the toll it takes on their energy reserves. To a Sigma female, burnout is not a badge of honor, it's a red flag. They focus on tasks and activities that align with their internal rhythm. They know when to push and when to step back, unapologetically prioritizing rest, reflection, and recalibration. They might cancel plans, take an unplanned day off, or even disappear for a while, not out of laziness, but to ensure they're operating at their peak when it matters. This approach makes them incredibly efficient. While others are slogging through exhaustion, Sigma females channel their energy into fewer but more impactful efforts, often achieving more with less. It's not about doing everything, it's about doing the right things at the right time, with the right energy. This is why they often seem unbothered by the frantic pace of the world. They've mastered the art of working smarter, not harder, and living life on their terms. Number 2. They disappear without warning and come back sharper. When a Sigma female disappears, it's not an act of avoidance or indifference. It's a deliberate retreat to recalibrate and grow. Her absence might feel abrupt or even unsettling to those around her, but for her, it's an essential part of the process. She steps away from the noise, the expectations, and the constant pull of social obligations to reconnect with her inner self. This isn't a casual break, it's an intentional reset. During these periods of solitude, she reflects deeply on her life, her goals, and her personal growth. She doesn't just drift aimlessly or waste time in distraction. Instead, she immerses herself in activities that sharpen her mind, expand her knowledge, or fuel her creativity. She might take up a new skill, delve into books that challenge her thinking, or work tirelessly on a personal project. When she re-emerges, it's often like she's a different person, sharper, more focused, and even more enigmatic than before. This transformation can be disorienting for those who don't understand her need for these disappearances. They might misinterpret her actions as detachment or coldness, but for the Sigma female, it's simply how she evolves. She doesn't seek external validation for her growth. The transformation is for her and her alone. Her time away also reinforces her independence. While most people lean on others for constant support or motivation, the Sigma female leans inward. She understands that her strength comes from within, and she's not afraid to step back from everything to ensure she's aligned with her purpose. Her disappearances aren't about cutting ties. They're about cutting through the distractions to come back more resilient, refined, and unstoppable than ever. Number 3. They treat gossip like white noise. For a Sigma female, gossip is nothing more than irrelevant noise. While others might thrive on rumors, speculation, or petty drama, she simply doesn't have the time or the interest for it. Gossip, to her, is a distraction from what truly matters. Building a life that aligns with her goals, values, and ambitions. This isn't because she's oblivious or unaware of what's being said. Quite the opposite. She likely knows more than she lets on. But instead of engaging in meaningless chatter or entertaining half-truths, she chooses to stay focused on her own path. Gossip holds no value in her world because it doesn't add anything substantial to her life. Why waste energy dissecting someone else's choices when she could be channeling that energy into her own growth? Her indifference to gossip often confuses others. In social circles, where whispers and rumors are currency, her refusal to participate can make her seem aloof or detached. But this is far from the truth. The Sigma female simply operates on a higher frequency. She measures success by how much she's accomplished, not by how much she knows about someone else's personal life. This disconnection from gossip is also what makes her so enigmatic. People might try to draw her into their dramas or get her opinion on the latest scandal, but she'll respond with either polite disinterest or an expertly neutral stance. And while others are busy tearing each other down, she's quietly leveling up in ways that leave them wondering how she does it. By treating gossip as white noise, the Sigma female protects her energy, preserves her integrity, and commands respect. She knows that while others are distracted by rumors, she's building a life so extraordinary that it doesn't just silence the noise, it renders it irrelevant. Number 4. They're friends with chaos, yet exude peace. Sigma females have an uncanny relationship with chaos. They don't just tolerate it, they thrive in it. While most people see disorder as something to fear or avoid, the Sigma female views it as an opportunity to adapt, grow, and sharpen her perspective. She's not thrown off by the unexpected or overwhelmed by the unknown. Instead, she remains composed, navigating turbulence with a calm that feels almost unnatural to those around her. This ability comes from her unique mindset. She doesn't waste energy resisting what she can't control. Instead, she accepts chaos as a natural part of life and focuses on finding her footing within it. Her calm isn't a facade. It's a deep-rooted confidence in her ability to figure things out. No matter how messy or unpredictable the situation becomes, her secret weapon is clarity. While others spiral into panic or indecision, she zeroes in on what actually matters. Chaos strips away distractions, leaving her with a heightened sense of focus and purpose. It's as if the storm clears the air for her, revealing solutions and paths that others are too flustered to see. This peaceful demeanor often mystifies people. How can someone remain so unshaken in the face of uncertainty? The truth is, the Sigma female doesn't fear chaos because she trusts her resilience. She knows that every challenge, no matter how daunting, is temporary. And within that chaos, she finds a sense of liberation, a chance to rewrite the rules and emerge stronger than ever. She is the calm in the storm, the one who turns chaos into clarity and disruption into opportunity. While others crumble under the weight of uncertainty, she walks through it like she owns the storm, exuding a peace that's as powerful as it is unshakable. Number 5. They engage in relationships like architects, not tourists. When a Sigma female enters a relationship, she doesn't do so lightly or aimlessly. For her, relationships are not casual excursions or fleeting experiences. They are deliberate, intentional endeavors. She approaches love like an architect, carefully designing, planning, and building something that has a strong foundation and lasting value. Sigma females have no patience for superficial connections. They're not interested in seeing where it goes or engaging in relationships just for the sake of it. If she chooses to let someone into her life, it's because she sees real potential, something worth investing her time, energy, and emotions into. And once she commits, she does so with focus and purpose. She's not afraid to put in the work, but only if the other person is equally invested in creating something meaningful. Her standards can feel intimidating to some. She's not looking for perfection, but she does demand authenticity, effort, and depth. Flaky, inconsistent behavior or shallow connections won't last long in her world. She's there to build, not to wander aimlessly through a relationship with someone who lacks direction or intention. This doesn't mean she's overly rigid or controlling. On the contrary, she's deeply thoughtful about her approach to relationships. Like a skilled architect, she balances structure with flexibility, understanding that life will inevitably throw challenges her way. What matters to her is whether the relationship has the strength and adaptability to weather those challenges. If she feels the foundation isn't solid or that the connection lacks authenticity, she'll walk away without hesitation. For a Sigma female, half-hearted relationships are a waste of her time and emotional energy. She would rather be alone, focusing on her own growth, than invest in something that isn't built to last. With her, love is never a casual affair, it's a masterpiece in progress. Number 6. They see through you and still let you play your game. Sigma females possess a piercing intuition that allows them to see through people with unnerving accuracy. They don't just listen to what you say, they analyze how you say it, what you leave unsaid, and the intentions behind your words. This hyper-observant nature means they often understand your motives long before you've even articulated them yourself. Yet despite this insight, they rarely call you out directly. It's not because they're afraid to confront you, it's because they find more value in watching how things unfold. They know that people reveal their true selves through their actions over time, and rushing to expose someone prematurely is a waste of energy. By letting you believe you're in control, they gather more information and position themselves strategically. This patience is what sets them apart. While others might react impulsively, a Sigma female plays the long game. She knows when to act, when to speak, and, most importantly, when to stay silent. It's not manipulation, it's mastery of self-control and situational awareness. She doesn't need to dominate every interaction or prove she's the smartest person in the room. Instead, she lets you believe you're steering the ship, all the while quietly charting her own course. This approach can be disarming. You may think you've won her over, fooled her, or outsmarted her, only to realize much later that she was 3 steps ahead all along. She's not interested in power plays or petty games. She's interested in outcomes that align with her goals. By allowing you to play your game, the Sigma female maintains her autonomy while subtly steering the situation in her favor. It's not about control. It's about staying true to herself while navigating a world full of facades with grace and precision. Number 7. They're obsessed with mastering themselves, not others. Sigma females operate with a laser-sharp focus on one primary goal: self-mastery. While many people expend their energy trying to control others, influence their surroundings, or bend situations to their will, Sigma females look inward. They understand that true power comes from within, and the only thing they can fully control is themselves. This self-mastery isn't a casual pursuit, it's an obsession. They constantly challenge their own limits, reflect on their behavior, and seek ways to improve. Whether it's developing emotional resilience, sharpening their skills, or deepening their knowledge, they treat themselves as their most important project. Their growth isn't driven by competition with others, but by a desire to become the best version of themselves. Because of this, Sigma females rarely waste energy on external manipulation. They don't see the point in trying to control people or environments that are inherently unpredictable. Instead, they focus on refining their reactions, adjusting their perspectives, and building the tools they need to navigate life's challenges. This inner work makes them adaptable and grounded, able to thrive even in situations that would overwhelm others. Their dedication to self-mastery also gives them an aura of confidence and independence. They don't rely on others for validation or direction because they know their worth and trust their ability to handle anything that comes their way. This makes them incredibly self-reliant but also deeply intriguing. People can't help but be drawn to someone who seems so self-contained and unshakable. Ultimately, a Sigma female's obsession with mastering herself allows her to move through life with clarity and purpose. She knows that while she can't control the world around her, she can control how she responds to it, and that's the kind of power no one can take away. Number 8. They're attracted to ideas, not identities. Sigma females are naturally drawn to the depth of ideas, rather than the surface-level identities that people often cling to. While the world around them is obsessed with titles, whether it's career achievements, social status, or how many followers someone has, Sigma females see these labels as fleeting and irrelevant. They're not interested in the boxes people try to put themselves in or the roles they play for the sake of social acceptance. Instead, they're captivated by what people think, believe, and create. For them, it's not about who you are on paper, but the ideas you stand for and the values you uphold. A Sigma female will connect more with someone who can challenge her thinking or engage in meaningful discussions than with someone who boasts about their job title or material possessions. Philosophies, visions, and ideologies are what fuel her, and she surrounds herself with people who share that mindset. The superficiality of labels does nothing for her. It's the depth of thought, the complexity of ideas, and the potential for growth that really matters. This attraction to ideas also makes Sigma females deeply introspective. They're always in search of new ways to expand their understanding of the world and their place within it. They align themselves with causes or movements that resonate with their personal values, not because it's fashionable, but because those ideas help shape their worldview. In relationships, they are drawn to people who can offer new perspectives and open their minds to different ways of thinking. For a Sigma female, intellectual and emotional connections are far more important than a title, and they will often choose someone with a compelling philosophy over someone who fits a conventional mold. To them, the richness of life lies not in the identities we hold, but in the ideas we choose to pursue and live by. Number 9. They find freedom in systems. For Sigma females, the idea of freedom doesn't come from chaos or a lack of structure. It comes from creating systems that allow them to operate at their highest potential. This may seem paradoxical to some, but they've mastered the art of using discipline to fuel their autonomy. While many people see routines as restrictive, to them, structure is a tool that frees them to focus on what truly matters. Sigma females understand that without a foundation, chaos is just that, chaos. But when they design their own systems, they're giving themselves the freedom to move efficiently through their goals and ambitions without wasting time or energy. A carefully crafted routine allows them to be intentional with their time and ensures that they can consistently perform at their best, regardless of external distractions or pressures. These routines often look different from traditional schedules. They're not rigid for the sake of conformity, but are tailored to fit the Sigma's unique needs and rhythms. Whether it's a morning ritual that centers their mind or a set work process that maximizes productivity, these systems serve as a springboard, not a boundary. They're designed to remove friction from daily tasks and free up mental space for more creative, meaningful pursuits. The beauty of this approach is that the more disciplined a Sigma female is, the more room she has for true freedom. By managing the basics of her life with precision, she frees herself from unnecessary stress and can focus on her passions, goals, and personal growth. It's not about being controlled by systems, but about using them to carve out the freedom to live on her own terms without being bogged down by the small, mundane decisions that drain others. In essence, structure is her ally, not her enemy. It's the solid foundation that supports her ability to chart her own course with purpose and clarity without sacrificing the independence she holds so dearly. Number 10. They're attracted to complexity, not perfection. Sigma females have little interest in the glossy, airbrushed version of reality that others often chase. While many are on the hunt for perfection, flawless appearances, ideal situations, and picture-perfect lives, Sigma females are much more intrigued by complexity. They see beauty in the layers beneath the surface, the raw imperfections that make something or someone real. For them, perfection is a shallow pursuit. It's sterile, devoid of character, and ultimately uninteresting. Sigma females crave depth because complexity is where authenticity lies. They are drawn to people who have lived, who have struggled, who carry their flaws with grace and insight. The story behind the surface is what sparks their curiosity. They admire those who are comfortable with their own imperfections, who can admit their mistakes and learn from them, because this is where growth happens, through the messy, imperfect process of evolving. In relationships, Sigma females don't expect their partners to be flawless. They aren't searching for an ideal match, but for someone who can challenge them, surprise them, and keep up with the intricacies of their mind and heart. They want connections that go beyond the surface, ones that delve into the complexities of who you really are. They are fascinated by contradictions, nuances, and even the dark corners of a person's personality, because they know that's where the most meaningful discoveries lie. This attraction to complexity extends to every aspect of their life. They enjoy solving problems that require critical thinking, exploring ideas that have no clear answers, and embracing situations that don't follow a simple linear path. For Sigma females, the beauty of life is in its complexities and the richness that comes from navigating them. It's not about achieving perfection, it's about experiencing the full, imperfect spectrum of life and finding meaning in every part of it. In the world of Sigma females, everything is done with intention, depth, and precision. They don't follow the crowd, conform to societal expectations, or get lost in the pursuit of superficial success. Instead, they carve out their own path, one shaped by self-mastery, independence, and an unwavering focus on authenticity. Whether it's retreating to recalibrate, engaging in relationships with purpose, or embracing complexity over perfection, Sigma females are driven by a need to understand, grow, and live on their own terms. Their strength lies not in the need for validation or the pursuit of external power, but in the quiet confidence they hold within themselves. They thrive in chaos, not because they fear it, but because they know how to find clarity in the storm. They are attracted to depth, complexity, and the realness of life, embracing imperfections as the very things that make experiences and relationships meaningful. A Sigma female's life is a masterpiece in progress, where every decision is made with a singular focus, to build something worthwhile. And while others may be distracted by gossip, titles, or trying to control the uncontrollable, she remains committed to mastering her inner world, evolving into the best version of herself. At the end of the day, the Sigma female is a force not because she forces herself into the world, but because she moves through it with grace, intention, and a mind sharp enough to cut through the noise. Those who truly understand her know that she's not just living life. She's creating it, one profound, intentional choice at a time. If you've made it this far, it means you're as captivated by the world of Sigma females as we are. Don't let this journey end here. Subscribe to the channel to unlock more thought-provoking insights, powerful perspectives, and extraordinary content that challenges the ordinary. Hit that subscribe button and join a community that values depth, intelligence, and authenticity. Together, let's keep exploring, learning, and evolving, one exceptional idea at a time.